Good morning, Chairman. I have 4 apologies for this morning. Anthony Screen, Alex Hunt, Andrew Miners and Nicholas Lakin.
Thank you. Declarations of interest. Are there any declarations of interest? No. Decisions of the last meeting, the minutes. Are there any amendments anyone wishes to raise? Do we approve the minutes then? Aye. Thank you. Minutes to be approved. Thank you. I'll start off with a brief introduction. I'll start off this morning with a simple message, and despite what some will have you believe, this council is getting on with the job, and very successfully at that. In recent weeks, we have agreed a balanced and deliverable budget, one that protects our frontline services and is investing millions into our roads, children's, libraries and our countryside. We have also set a council tax that remains the 3rd lowest amongst county councils in this country. As a result, £4.9 million will remain in residents' pockets this year. That is no small sum. £4.9 million will remain in residents' pockets this year because of the decisions and the actions we have taken. And it's primarily because we did not raise our council tax by the full amount. We did not go to 4.9% as the government expected, and the previous administration very likely would have had to have done. No, we kept it as low as we possibly can. This is a responsible budget that allows us to make a real difference. It prioritises value for money for Staffordshire residents and gives us the platform not just to manage pressures, but to demonstrate progress. Along that, we have set our clear strategic direction and delivery plan for this council. It brings a focus and clarity to our work and is rooted in people, communities, economic growth and strong stewardship of public money. Above all, it's about moving from ambition to action and delivering just as we promised. Today's agenda reflects that approach. Our library strategy shows how we will modernise valued community assets so they remain welcoming, relevant, financially stable, vibrant community hubs that support learning, well-being and connections at the heart of our towns and villages. I must add, with the onset of LGR now Foundation Strategic Authorities, our communities' libraries will be more important than ever before. Our community safety strategy underlines our commitment to safer, stronger communities, built through partnership, prevention and targeted intervention. Again, this is the start of setting out a full community safety strategy, which is not just future-proofed, but be ready to be implemented under any new authority the government bestows upon us. These are not abstract plans. They are clear directions for delivery across the council in the years ahead. All of this is happening against a backdrop of significant change for local government, that our teams are managing while continuing to run vital services every day. The government is currently consulting on local government reorganisation, with outcomes expected in the summer. More recently, it has invited proposals for a foundation strategic authority across the country. We have been clear for some time that reorganisation without devolution does not work. Now, this foundation authority, it is a small step in the right direction, but it does come with limited benefits and no clarity on additional funding. And trust me, this will cost the taxpayer to do this. So the task for us is clear. It's to stay focused, to make our disciplined choices and to keep demonstrating that Staffordshire County Council is a council that plans carefully, decides clearly, effectively and efficiently, delivering more value for your money while guaranteeing services of the highest standard for the people of Staffordshire. That's what getting on with the job looks like, and that's what today's Cabinet meeting is all about. Before I move on to the next item and agendas, I'd like to welcome our new Cabinet for Finance Resources, Sean. Just a welcome.
Thank you, Leader. Good morning, everybody. Sean Bagley, the new kid on the block. It would be remiss of me not to say and pass on my thanks for the excellent work that Councillor Large put in developing the financial strength there and working on the efficiencies together with the excellent work from the officers. And in that respect, it was mentioned that I've got some large shoes to fill, and now the fact I've got size 15s might help in that respect, I do hope. Just to re-emphasise it and reassure everyone, and certainly the residents of Staffordshire, I'll be constantly striving to continue to work, creating efficiencies and continuing and striving to develop the services that we provide to our residents of Staffordshire. And to that end, I promise that I'll be putting my all into that in conjunction with the officers of this council. So thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. And trust me, he's a welcomed asset to this county. He has great skills and experience in this field. Be a brilliant asset to us all. Item 5, minutes for the meeting of the Property Subcommittee held on the 21st of January 2026. I move that the minutes of the Property Subcommittee held on that date be received. Is that agreed? Thank you. Now the Staffordshire Means Business report. Back into the Deputy Leader in Economy and Skills role now. As always, I'd like to share the latest findings and numbers of people in the claiming universal credit who are required to actively seek work. The claimant count in Staffordshire saw a decrease of 310 claimants over the last year, with the total number of claimants in the county now standing at 15,045, or 2.7% of the working age population. This means the claimant rate in Staffordshire remains one of the lowest across the West Midlands and significantly lower than both the regional rate of 5.2% and the national rate of 4%. The number of young claimants in Staffordshire, however, has seen an increase over the year of 310 claimants and now stands at 3,280. Proportion of young people in Staffordshire aged 18 to 24 that are claiming work-related universal credit currently stands 5.2%, and this remains lower than the national rate of 5.7% and far lower than our regional rate of 7.8%. Overall, it is positive that both claimant count rates in Staffordshire remain below the national average and among the lowest across the West Midlands regions. However, we must recognise that over recent months the jobs market has been more challenging, particularly for young people, with reports of some people unsuccessfully applying for the vast number of jobs. And it does sort of highlight some of the news that came out today. Now, youth unemployment rate is now the highest across all of Europe. Tough times ahead, and let's hope, and I'm very confident Staffordshire will still remain among the best for this. Only last week it was reported that the national unemployment rate, which is a difference in number of people claiming universal, reached a 5-year high at the end of last year. We do expect the jobs market to remain challenging in the first part of this year as seasonal jobs come to an end. Whilst inflation has slightly fallen, the most recent inflation figure released this morning, that prices have still been increasing by an average of 3%, which continues to put significant pressure on the finances of our residents. It is therefore more important than ever that we continue to play our part in supporting people and able to get a job, whether that be through creating the conditions for business to start and grow and invest within the county, or supporting our residents to gain the skills and meaningful employment. I am therefore pleased to say that the people across Staffordshire can now benefit from our new Connect to Work programme, which offers up to 12 months of intense support for residents facing barriers to employment. I must say this Connect to Work, this is something I have personally worked on from straight away coming into this council. It's a great project, something we can all be proud of. Funded through a 19 million investment, the scheme joins up local health skills, employment services, helping people into jobs while supporting employers to fill vacancies. The County Council also continues to support the direct delivery of several major schemes that would deliver jobs and homes across Staffordshire. One of these schemes is the former St Gobian site on Docksey Road in Stafford. and the work has now begun to prepare the site for future regeneration opportunities as part of the Stafford Station Gateway project. The remediation of this site marks a major milestone in transforming a key part of the town centre, unlocking opportunities for new homes and businesses, and continuing our long-term commitment to regenerate Stafford. We are continuing to work with our partners on the development of a town centre master plan for Stafford, and recent engagement with students at Stafford College who contributed their ideas to the shaping of the town centre through a practical design workshop. Their insight will form part of our efforts to ensure regeneration is informed by the experience and expectations of our young people, aligning with our priority to create a vibrant, modern county town. Stafford College continues to be a major presence in Stafford Town, and I was therefore pleased to see the college has recently announced plans to transform the former Net West Bank on Greengate Street into a new adult learning hub. This is scheduled to open in 2026 and will expand local skills provision, supporting the growth in learning demand and breathe new life into a prominent town centre building. County Council also continues to expand our network of hugely successful enterprise centres, which are now home to 261 businesses. The centres play a vital role in supporting businesses to start and grow within Staffordshire, and we continue to see the demand for flexible working space increase, with hot desks and meeting room bookings rising by a third in 2025. Alongside the delivery and management of high-quality business premises, we continue to play our part in the delivery of business support programmes to help businesses to start and grow. Recently, we have launched a new Staffordshire Business Support pilot, which will fund 100% of apprenticeship training costs for eligible employers. By removing the financial barrier for small and medium-sized businesses, this initiative will help businesses develop the skilled workforce they need to support growth in our key sectors. On the 1st of May, we will celebrate the 10th anniversary of Staffordshire Day, and we are inviting our businesses to take part in a landmark event at the House of Commons to celebrate and showcase some of the fantastic products that are made in Staffordshire. This event will highlight strength, innovation and creativity of our business community and on a national stage, making a major monument for the county's economic and cultural profile. Finally, this month, I have to congratulate the boat in Lichfield for securing Staffordshire's second Michelin star at last week's awards, with Upstairs by Tom Shepherd maintaining its star for the 4th consecutive year. I must say, the boat is an excellent restaurant place. I have visited a few times. I think it may be a little bit harder to get a booking now they too have a Michelin star. These awards are the highest recognition that any restaurant can achieve, and this reinforces Staffordshire's growing reputation as a dining destination, adding to our already strong visitor economy offer. For that, we'll now move on to the next agenda on the item. Item number 7, Library Strategy for 26 to 28. Councillor Coles.
Thank you, Councillor Murray. I am going to do a bit of a Councillor Rogerson today and bore you with a lot of detail on this because there's been a lot of work done in the last 8 months and I think it needs to be given some justice. So obviously I'm delighted to share the new exciting strategy for libraries, and we're going to make them into vibrant community hubs over the next 2 years. I'd also like to personally thank Catherine Mann as Senior Officer and Sue Ball for all their hard work and dedication, because it's been tough bringing this to life and making all the changes, and all the staff and volunteers I've met along the way, visiting as many libraries as I can. And finally, to Sue Ball, I think it's worth saying she's dedicated 42 years to libraries, and she'll be retiring sadly in March, but to say she's been amazing and so responsive on this. So thank you very much. So this strategy is a shift in how we see library spaces in Staffordshire. It has been a strategic review on everything from furniture, as you've heard me talk, to how we interact in that space. So it's really about where people learn, connect and access support and services in a space and to feel part of a community. So at the time when many councils are cutting libraries, we're choosing protect and strengthen them with footfall that's fallen across the UK since COVID, and that's why we're looking at it in this way. So we've been listening to residents, we've done a survey, young people, staff, volunteers, small, medium enterprises, schools, farmers, community groups, and really their feedback is what's helped to shape this. Then out of that, we want to make this very much digitally enabled in the right way, because some community hubs won't facilitate that, and financially sustainable in the future. So the 6 priorities will be community hubs, welcoming spaces, about people, marketing communications, income generation, and digital offer. We'll increase footfall, improve value for money, and ensure people know about the services in the libraries. Because one of the things that we found was some people didn't even know some of the services are offered there. So it's a very bold and practical approach that we're taking, and it's built very much on commercial thinking this time. So it's about better use of space, enhanced meeting rooms and digital upgrades, targeted marketing, and looking for new opportunities to income generate to ensure we protect these valued spaces going forward. We've got a clear action plan, a dedicated programme board reporting into Cabinet, and we're confident it will secure the long-term vision of our libraries and keep them there for years to come. So the last resident survey wasn't quite as in-depth if it was, excuse me, I keep getting a frog in my throat, enables us to work with other organisations now in an output strategy to general public. So it's a general county council strategy now that has got multiple areas, and what people really want is value and what they want and need. We were looking at a pathway for young people as well to influence these spaces, because we know that a lot of youth clubs have been closed. So pretty much getting them off the streets, helping with antisocial behaviour. So it's much more than that. And they fed back that they want to be part of co-creating that space. So really, we're offered the front door to many new services such as Blue Badges, the NHS app, IT training, community groups, events. GDULS, for instance, still has the Moorlands Council office there 1 day a week. But very much finance and value for money, which is part of what we said we'd do as we come in, making sure that everything is considered and cost effective. And commercial areas are a big focus, and I know that some people might worry when I say that, but the reason that is because, you know, some of the redevelopment, we redeveloped the library, but we've got ancillary areas where we've got community spaces, or we've got meeting rooms that really needed more focus, and that's where the money will come in, and that's where it will protect those in future. So to give you an idea, we've got some quick wins coming forward. So over the next 2 years, each community fund has £30,000. There's £5 million overall. It was already in the plan, but it's how we're using it differently. So, for instance, Biddulph has got an accessible toilet, I think, just being installed now. We did that at speed from residents' request to the local community. And the Womborne meeting rooms and hall we're looking at the moment, so there'll be lots more. And then I'm pleased to announce that right now we're looking at 10 digital totem pole trials across, so in the bus terms, and very much cost neutral, so we can put advertising on there and also promote the events and activities. So it's a very different approach with the commercial thinking at the core. So I wanted to say, with our fantastic volunteers and staff, it means that every library will provide something different and make a difference. So basically now, we've done the extensive consultation, focus groups, lots of diverse communities involved in this. So now we'd like to focus on those 6 work streams and roll this out. So in this report, I recommend that you note the learning from the community and stakeholder engagement, improve the strategy, delegating authority deputy chief executive, who's been crucial in part of this, director for economy, infrastructure and skills, mouthful, to approve the library's delivery plan, supporting the strategy, agree continued support for the community managed libraries. Progress will be measured by increased visitors, partnerships income, customer value, above or below, and youth involvement. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to personally thank Councillor Cole. She's done an immense amount of work on this to refocus and reignite our libraries. And unlike some headlines led us to believe, we haven't cut services, we've saved our libraries for the future. Fantastic piece of work by Councillor Coles and all of our officers involved with that. An immense piece of work as well. Congratulations on it all. Does anyone have any questions they'd like to raise? No? That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Who? So, I'd like just to recommend note from the community and stakeholder engagement and how this has shaped the development of the library strategy as attached. Above the library strategy and delegated authority to the Director of the Economy, Infrastructure and Skills to approve the library's delivery plan for implementation and delivery, and agreed continued support for the community-managed libraries, which are critical to delivering our library strategy, delegating authorities to the Assistant Director, Culture, Rural and Safer Communities, with oversight of the Cabinet member to agree the terms and contracts and lease with the community-managed libraries partners. I recommend these to Cabinet. Do we agree? I agree. Thank you. Excuse me. Item number 8. This is Staffordshire County Council Community Safer Strategy with Councillor Screen actually on annual leave at the moment. Councillor Coles.
Thank you. So I'll be Councillor Screen today. Obviously, we've all heard about the strategy, and it is something that's fundamentally different for the County Council. So obviously, I'm pleased to present the Staffordshire County Council Community Safe Strategy to Cabinet on behalf of Cabinet Member for Community Safety and Resilience, who's obviously not able to be here today. It marks a significant moment for Staffordshire. For the first time, the County Council has its own community safety strategy, supported by the introduction last year of a dedicated portfolio holder for community safety and resilience. Together, these changes reflect a much stronger, clearer and more determined focus on community safety across the council, something that's not been done before, and what residents asked us to look at was more safety in the area. It's not simply a new document, it's a step change in ambition. Community safety is now firmly positioned as a core priority for council. It is essential to our ability to build stronger, healthier and more confident communities. The bold ambition runs through every part of the strategy to make Staffordshire stronger and safer through decisive action, not bureaucracy. This strategy prioritises early intervention, empowering local communities, demanding excellence from ourselves and our partners. We recognise that this safety strategy is fundamental to well-being, economic growth and public confidence. Without a safe community, everything else we strive for becomes harder to achieve. Our approach focuses on 4 interconnected priorities: protecting vulnerable people, which focus on protecting those most at risk through targeted interventions, making a difference; safer and stronger places, on making Staffordshire neighbourhood safe, strong and proud; prevention, focus on preventing harm before it occurs by addressing root causes of crime and vulnerability; and effective partnerships driven community safety through our partnerships to challenge and be accountable. Community safety in Staffordshire is done through a collaborative approach with partners, and the strategy will provide clarity on our role and accountabilities and priorities on how we deliver these. It reflects our role in identifying and championing activity to respond to community needs which drive those partnership approaches. So it will include leadership, lobbying roles, whether it's lobbying for better funding, stronger legislation, improved data sharing between agencies. It's not just in local delivery, it's influenced the wider system to get the better outcomes for Staffordshire. So this is clear, and it's an unwavering commitment that the council will aim to be outstanding in its approach to community safety, delivering what the public expect, maintaining high standards, demonstrating genuine desire to serve our residents, sets a firm direction for the work ahead, reinforce our ambition to make Staffordshire safer, stronger for everybody. Cabinet are asked to grant delegated decision-making authority to Deputy Chief Executive and Director of Economy, Infrastructure and Skills in consultation with the Cabinet Member for Community Safety and Resilience to approve the final strategy on behalf of the County Council.
Thank you. Again, another piece, I mentioned this in the initial leader statement. It's future-proofing and work. It's just the start of what is to come for our county. Safety, the community is key to everything we'll be delivering in the future. It's another great piece of work. I know Tony, Councillor Screen, would only been too proud to have been delivering this today. Do we have any questions? No. So I'll recommend this.
Martin,
sorry.
two.
I didn't see those. My apologies. Councillor Higgins.
Oh, can I just ask? I thought that was very good strategy. Can I just ask though, what can Cabinet members do to support the implementation of the community safety strategy?
Yeah, so this is where it is different. So it's very much we are playing a pivotal role in each of our areas here. So it's our responsibility to make sure that is considered in everything we do in our own strategy, that we influence the council wider strategy. So it's something that Councillor Green will continue to liaise with us and make sure each of us understands the impact. And obviously we all had feedback into the overall strategy and how it would affect our area. So it is a really big shift change on how we work across the Cabinet.
Councillor Shortland.
Thank you, Ms Coles. Can you describe the community safety statutory as overarching approach? Can you explain how this will work in practice and benefit the Staffordshire residents?
Yeah. So mentioned before, there's a lot of partners, so it's much more of a broad range where everyone's been involved. They've been on monthly calls with Councillor Green, so it's very much about driving to the same outcomes rather than looking in different areas. So very much it's everyone's responsibility, and it's making sure that everyone contributes across the whole of Staffordshire, the whole system. So it's basically joining up things such as domestic abuse, exploitation, antisocial behaviour, safeguarding, public health. So pretty much all of those intelligence will work together to make sure that it really does protect people, that we don't say that's not my problem, everybody helps, and then the residents will see a more coordinated and effective response and earlier intervention.
Thank you. I'll look at the lights this time. Any more points anyone would like to raise on this one? No? So we'd like to recommend this to Cabinet. Do we all approve? Aye. Thank you. Approved. Item 9 is the integrated performance report for Q3. This is Staffordshire County Council's integrated performance report for Q3 2025 to 26. The report provides a quarterly overview of the Council's performance, progress and finance position in delivering against its plans and the medium-term financial strategy. Collectively, this helps to provide a rounded view of performance. Reporting is based on 55 strategic performance measures, which are delivered in April 2025 to assess the organisation's performance. Monitoring these measures alongside delivery of key pieces of work and our financial position helps the Council to understand its impact and drive continuous improvements for the residents of Staffordshire. We are determined to deliver on our priorities, which includes caring for the elderly, fixing our roads, looking after our children and delivering prosperity through responsibility. I'd like to draw your attention to a few headlines within the report attached within the papers here. It has been a busy quarter, which has seen us demonstrate again that we continue to be a well-run county council, where we can report good performance with effective and efficient financial management. We have seen strong progress across our priorities, with most of our performance measures on track and key milestones achieved in digital innovations, send improvements, employment support initiative, and progress against key corporate priorities. In Q3, we saw a broadly positive performance position, with almost 3/4 of the performance measures meeting or exceeding targets. There was strong performance of healthcare, the timeliness of the measures, highways defects completed, support for business, customer experience and financial performance. As you can see, we are already showing improvements. Of course, we continue to face challenges around children's services and adult care commissioning due to the rising placement and care costs. But we have already taken decisions to invest an extra £5.5 million in children's services, which will support the recruitment of almost 120 professionals to keep vulnerable children safe. And this decisive action by this administration has already been highlighted in the recent Ofsted report. The Integrated Performance Report Quarter 3 provides the latest forecasting for both revenue and capital budgets. These forecasts are for the whole of 25-26 financial year and will continue to be updated quarterly as the year progresses. The report is for information, with the Cabinet asked to note the current forecast of an underspend, already of 3.15 million on the revenue budget. Now, I know this may only be 0.43% of the budget, but this demonstrates strong financial management as services keep within their budgets and apply responsible efficiencies. This is making every penny count for the people, for people's money. It is their money, after all, that we are spending here. Despite this, the Council faces external pressures with increasing levels of demand and increasing care market prices across both adult and child social care. In the Health and Care Directory, a cost recovery plan is in operation to mitigate savings made by the NHS locally alongside other increases in demand. Overspend in these services are being offset by the use of the Care Risk Reserve. The Children and Families Directory is seeing forecast overspend in children care and care leavers and family safeguarding due to increased demand and cost of placement. Overspend in these services are offset by underspends elsewhere, and particularly in the Economy, Infrastructure and Skills Directory. These underspends are arising from a number of different factors, including increased occupancy at the enterprise centres. I'll restart that paragraph. These underspends are arising from a number of different factors, including the increased occupancy at our enterprise centres, reduced concessionary fares payments to our bus operators, and that is without affecting services, and our staff vacancies. The overspend on the high needs block is forecast to be 45.4 million this year, and this will increase the DSG deficit to nearly 100 million by the end of the year, a rise that was recognised in previous years. The extension of the statutory override means this deficit does not have to be funded by the council taxpayers of Staffordshire. Since the publication of the Q3 Integrated Performance Report, the Government has announced the High Needs Stability Grant, which aims to cover 90% of historic SEND deficits. This is subject to meeting certain conditions and approval local SEND reform plan, with exact payment timing dependent upon the meeting of these conditions. The capital programme shows a forecast spend of 131 million, which is a reduction in spend compared to the previous forecast. This is due to some projects being rephased into 26-27 and pausing of some projects in the capital programme. The majority of financial health indicators are shown green ratings, with further underlying to the robust financial management in place. The one indicator that hasn't been met is only out by the smallest of margins. As a county council, we have great ambitions to deliver so much more, ensuring Staffordshire becomes the beating heart of the country and remains a key destination not only to visit, but the place where people want to live, work and invest in. This is the last report on the existing delivery plan. Our new delivery plan was signed off on the 14th of January 2026. This sets out the key projects for the next 18 months, and our new performance measures will follow. Are there any key points any Cabinet members wishes to draw on the report? I'd like to say our new dashboard that is coming through, this is ours. We have changed it by working very closely in hand-in-hand partnership with all of our offers to give clear direction, measured reporting to prove our efficiencies and improve services to all the people of Staffordshire. I'd like to recommend this to the Cabinet. Do we all agree? Thank you. Item number 10. Natural Environment Strategy and Biodiversity Report, which unfortunately Andrew Miners couldn't be with us today, so we go to Councillor Coles. No? Yes? Councillor Coles.
No, it is in mine. Yeah, thank you very much. So obviously I'm going to talk through this something that's a statutory duty for the County Council. And obviously when we took office last May, we replaced the climate emergency in Staffordshire. And I think this is really showing our commitment to continue the natural environment strategy here and the biodiversity. So it's showing that we are committed to protecting the landscape and that we won't, obviously not going to ensure it's protected for our future residents. So we've got an important role here because we are sitting on some of the most valued land, really, where we've got lowland, heathland, tropical, it's equivalent to tropical rainforest in this area. So it's something that we do need to really make sure that we protect. Across the UK as well, there's a steep decline and 6 species are at risk of extinction at the moment. So we do have a really important role as custodians of the land. And we've got the low-leaf heathland in the Midlands, Cannock Chase, and all of this is under our remit. So this is pretty much setting out our strategy, our intentions when it comes to focusing on our places, duties and our people, which is part of our strategy. We'll place nature at the heart of what we do. We'll report back on what we've done in the time that we've delivered. In the meantime, we'll also be working with our partners and communities to make sure that we're best guardians of nature in the area. And we support our communities where we can to empower them to make a difference in the area, to make sure we've got ongoing engagement with stakeholders as well, and landowners and businesses. So this is our updated natural environment strategy. So we'll strengthen our biodiversity, safeguard our habitats and support nature recovery across Staffordshire. The biodiversity report, it highlights the progress we've made so far today, together with how we're going to deliver this for the future. So don't forget, this is a legal requirement, statutory to deliver this. It also complements the wider environment strategy that was improved on the 17th of December by Cabinet. So it remains our main vehicle for delivering local nature recovery, contributes to several other environmental policies. And there was a few questions asked in informal Cabinet that I will send out to you where we're making sure that we're not crossing over, because this funding does actually come externally from DEFRA anyway. So I recommend the Cabinet carefully consider the documents in light of our responsibilities and a lasting legacy that we want to leave for our future generations. And we have the opportunity to review and refine these strategies anyway and actions before it's required to be presented in 5 years. So it is a 5-year strategy and plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we move this to be approved, does anyone have any questions or points they'd like to raise? No? As Councillor Cole said, do we recommend this to Cabinet? Do we approve? Aye. Thank you. Great piece of work again. Item 11. This is a report for contract for the supply of electricity and associated services. So the County Council spends in the region of 1.7 million a year on electricity for our building estate needs. We need an effective and efficient means to purchase it. We value economy, but also cost predictability in our arrangements. We also facilitate the purchase of electricity for other public sector partners, such as district councils and schools. These purchases amount to circa of 2.5 million per annum. Our recommended route is via the Crown Commercial Service Framework, with EDF Energy as a provider. It's the largest public sector buyer consortium for energy and a strong track record in delivering a good value but stable unit rates for electricity. I'd like to put this forward for your approval. As read. You all agree? Thank you. Next, this is just decisions taken by Cabinet members under Delegated Powers, obviously for information. There's one Cabinet member delegated decision this time. This relates to an amendment to the Council's pay structure as a result of the National Joint Council, the NJC, Payment Agreement of 2025. Are members happy to receive the report? Thank you. Item 13 is the forward plan. This is the matters coming before Cabinet for decisions over the next few months. Are members happy to take note of the content of the forward plan? The dates within. Right? Thank you. Now we come to exclusions to the public. I move that public be excluded from the meeting for the following items of business which may involve the likely disclosure of exempt information as defined in paragraphs Part 1, Schedule 12A of the Local Government Act 1972. We do